All right. Yeah, it's Friday and good time for setting ourselves up for the weekend. So my goal today is just to remember this amazing thing called breath that we have. So here's a cool quote by Marcus Aurelius. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. And I think back to when the reason I got into this whole ketamine thing is because when I had my first couple of ketamine sessions when I was in a sort of pretty dire existential place, ketamine gave me this, it gave me this sense of, oh my gosh, it's pretty wild being a human being and having thoughts and memories and wishes and consciousness and all that stuff. And it sort of put me back into the groove of saying, like, okay, this being human thing, this being alive is a cool endeavor. It's worth sticking around for. So soak it up. And I think there are few things that can really anchor that experience for us, and breath is absolutely one of them. Because if you get into the biology or the chemistry of what's happening when we're breathing, it's amazing, right? You can obviously go down that rabbit hole and really geek out on all of the incredible chemistry and biology that's happening that allows this thing called breath. And yet it's one of those things that we absolutely take for granted. Of course, you're not going to be sitting there, every moment of every day, noticing your in breath and your out breath. And, that would be somewhat dysfunctional. And yet I think it's really valuable to take time out and notice that this thing that we just assume happens for us all day long, I don't know how many millions of times throughout, an average lifespan, it's a pretty miraculous thing. And so I'm thinking of it as a kind of doorway into self-awareness around this idea of the precious privilege that it is to be alive. Because it's very easy to take for granted. So without further ado, we've done this before. We'll do two different types of breathing. One is box breathing. If this is redundant, I apologize, but just a quick reminder. So box breathing is just you do equal inhalations, holding exhalations, and then holding the exhalation, and that stimulates a certain chemistry in our body. And then the other one is this physiological sigh, which has been studied a bunch. So you take a deep inhalation and then you sip on top of it. So it's like that's the sip, and then a long, slow out breath. And both of those do sort of stimulate different kind of chemistry in our body. You might feel it. You might feel a little lightheaded, a little tingliness in the extremities, like fingertips and toes. It's all normal. It's all okay. Yeah. So let's just play around with those and let's see what happens. So start by closing your eyes. Just drop into right here, right now. So the privilege of being able to be here right now, the privilege of having like-minded companions on this journey, wanting to heal, wanting to get better, wanting to feel better. And then also the privilege of being able to pass that forward, right? So it's the old oxygen mask on the airplane. When we do this for ourselves, we are very directly impacting loved ones and people we care for in our lives, because we become a kind of lightning rod for equanimity, peacefulness, groundedness. And of course, people can feel that. The intention of this practice is twofold: one for us And then also remembering that when we regulate ourselves, others can feel that and it impacts them. I like to think that that's a noble cause on a couple different levels. Let's start with some box breathing. So I'll do the counts and I'll slow them down as we go through our repetitions. Basically, you're just inhaling to my count, you're holding to my count, you're exhaling to my count, and then you're holding the exhale for my count. So here we go. So in, 2, 3, 4, and hold it. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and then hold the exhale for 2, 3. We're slowing it down. So in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and then hold. 2, 3, 4. Even slower. So in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and even slower. So in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, and even slower. So in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4. Let's do one more even slower. So in, 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, then hold. 2, 3, 4, and then just let the body breathe on its own. And notice if anything feels different. If not, that's okay. If yes, just notice. Maybe there's some of that tingliness Maybe your natural breathing feels slower. Let's do some physiological sighs. So take a deep breath in and then sip. So here we go. So in, sip, and out. Keep pushing air out. And then in, sip, and out. And in, sip. Keep pushing the air out. In, sip, keep going, keep pushing. One more in, sip, keep going, keep pushing, keep pushing. Just push all the air out of the body. And just relax, let the body breathe. Notice how the body adapts, knows exactly how to breathe. There's nothing you need to do. So just appreciating this magical thing that is called the body, the brain, the nervous system. It knows exactly what to do. We're almost out of time. But if you want to keep going, I strongly recommend that you follow that instinct, like do it. You can either do box breathing or the physiological sigh. It's free. It's in no way harmful. It's an amazing way to just regulate yourself in any situation you find yourself in. And I hope it serves you well this weekend. So go ahead, open your eyes, come on back. Have a great weekend, everyone. To see you on Monday. Thank you.